everyone. I have had one hell of a fucking weekend. I'm sure y'all heard by now, but I was in the ER again over the weekend. And yeah, I'm okay, but I'll just say I've been better. And leave it at that. We're gonna keep playing some Please Be Happy. Not gonna lie. Oh, thank you for the posture check, Joseph. And the hydrate. Oh, head pats. Thank you, Joseph. Oh, God. I am not gonna lie. I have been in a Fallout mood lately because of reasons, and so I was one.
Vegas?
What?
You gonna play New Vegas?
I was going to, but after the week I just had, I think, and the fact that my thumb is still sprained.
Please be happy.
Yeah, we're going back to some chill, cozy Yuri adventure, and please be happy. My mental health needs this. Yeah. Oh yeah, I need water too. Joseph gave me a hydrate redeem. Water. Okay, thank you, Lexi. What would I do without you?
Oh,
Probably
you didn't
die.
finish this one.
That is true, you wouldn't let me. Yeah. You would. Hey, don't put that in there! That's my lens cap!
It's a perfect fit.
This needs to cover the lens! Don't use it for that! God damn! I'm actually serious. I don't want condensation getting on the inside of this. Babe. Okay. I've only finished 18% of this game. Oh. No. Stretch redeem too. Here you go.
That was some stretching.
I'm still sick. Stretching is hard. Leave me alone. I normally just bend forwards against my desk, but this time I could barely do that. My range of motion feels so limited. My throat still hurts when I breathe. Let's go to hang with a manic bird girl. During a conversation with Aspen, she told me what Lena's next adventure would be, an outdoor painting class. When that time rolls around, I decide to go check it out. Oh my god. Just like the other activities I've tried with Lena, it'll be happening in the park. When I arrive, I don't even have to look around. Class is right next to the entrance. Hey, Tessa! This group is bigger than the ones for tennis and tree planting. Everyone has a big canvas on a stand in front of them, and And there are a bunch of paints and brushes in the middle. Lena's easy to find like always. And I see Cyrus on the other side of the crowd, away from her. It seems like he's not the one in charge today. Oh, I guess, am I the subject here? For the painting class? I guess so. Takes off clothes. Oh, thank you, Tessa, for the hydrate redeem. Goddamn. Ah. Mm. Okay. A friendly person in a paint-stained apron sees me arrive and helps me choose a canvas and some art supplies, and then sends me to find a spot. Naturally, I head over to where Lena
Hey.
is.
Mind if I set up here?
Oh, sure. Are you new here?
Goddamn memory curse.
Yeah, this is my first time painting.
Me too. Want to have a Actually, maybe you shouldn't race when you're painting.
Yeah, that's a good point, Lena. If there is a strip button, I'd be hitting it constantly. This is Twitch, Tessa. You could get away with that on other platforms, but maybe not here. But, hey, talk to me after the stream, alright? But only if you let me, redeem your strip button, too. Don't you dare! I see you threatening me, Lexi! Are you okay? You certainly can dream, Tessa. Nothing wrong with it. I take a peek at what Lena's been working on. It doesn't seem like there's a particular topic, so everyone's painting is different. Lexi can join? Oh my god. I'd love to get Lexi covered in paint. Why are you looking at me like... You knew this was gonna happen. This is me we're talking. Would you like me to stop, babe? Okay. Please leave Lexi out of lewd jokes. Tessa, that is the biggest lie I have ever heard in my life. Lena's painting is a picture of a young swan with a pink flower on its head. It's surprisingly great.
This is amazing for your first time.
You think so? I mean, of course it is. What are you gonna paint?
I don't know yet. Let's see.
There are a bunch of different sized brushes and a variety of colors. Having so many options to choose from makes it harder, not easier to decide. I want to... It's true you've never been convicted of a crime. Another thing, too, is, maybe I should go for something simple, like a tree. Choosing a brush in a shade of brown, I get to work.
Alright, everyone. Warm-up's over. Go ahead and find a partner. We're going to work on portraits today.
My tree is mostly done by now. It's not very detailed, and it doesn't look like any tree I've ever seen in real life. But at least I can tell what it's supposed to be. Oh my god! Hey, Wheatie Bread! How you doing? When the instructor says to choose a partner, I instinctively turn to Lena, preparing to ask her. But of course, she's looking over in Cyrus's direction. I was gonna say, get him to take a, paint a portrait of you, or take a photograph, or something. Get around the fucking, curse of the Miho. Alright, I'm gonna take care of something, of, my plate, and then I'll be right back. Another thing, too, is I was, like, really close to finishing up Dex on my on-stream playthrough. And I don't know if you've noticed, chat, but I kinda have a slight problem with not finishing games, I've noticed. I sigh to myself.
You should go ask him before he ends up with someone else.
It'll mean I have to partner up with a stranger. But as far as Lena's concerned, she and I are already strangers, so it shouldn't make that much of a difference. Lena jumps in shock.
Whoa, are you a mind reader?
Something like that.
That's so cool! You're right, though. But what if he says no?
Then he says no, I guess. Nothing would have changed, right?
You know, you kind of remind me of someone I work with. Anyway, wish me luck.
Oh yeah, I know her. She and I are gonna fuck. Aspen.
Good luck.
I watch as Lena goes up to Cyrus and talks to him too, too far away for me to hear. I guess it must work out because they soon set up their canvases facing each other. Oh no, this is gonna sound odd, but all too often, I was the kid in this situation. Whenever it was like find a partner exercise, this was me. Unfortunately, watching them means that I missed out on my chance to find a partner. When I look around, everyone else has matched up with someone. That's more than fine with me, but unfortunately the instructor comes over and invites me to partner up with her, which I grudgingly accept. Oh my god. At that point, being the kid who has to do the group project with the teacher, that's even worse than doing it alone. That's even worse. For the next little while, I struggle to make something that resembles the woman across from me. This would be a lot easier if she looked like a tree. After 10 or 15 minutes, she claps her hands to get everyone's attention.
Time to change things up. Show your partners what you made, and then go find a new partner.
While everyone gets to that, she brings her canvas over to show me.
Whoa.
It's definitely me. My tail is fluffier in real life, and my ears aren't that big, but I can still recognize myself.
Mine's not even close to that good.
I turn around so she can see the results. Compared to the painting she made, I'm kind of embarrassed to share. Still, she smiles at it.
I think it's lovely. Painting is like anything else. The more you do it, the more you improve. And I've been doing it for a long time. We all have to...
The moment the instructor and I are done talking, someone taps me on the shoulder. I turn around to see Lena.
Hey, let's be partners.
Sure.
Seriously, I just think to myself about how I'm getting paired up with another good artist. The instructor blows a whistle to signal the start, and Lena and I both get to work.
So, how'd it go?
How'd what go?
I know she can't have forgotten me that quickly.
Talking to Cyrus.
Oh, that.
Using a few shades of pink and white, I managed to paint something that looks passably close to Lena's clothes. If I squint a little at least.
I got too nervous to really say much, so we just painted each other until it was time to switch.
In the middle of a brush stroke, Lena suddenly drops her brush in horror.
Oh no, what if he thinks I'm boring?
I don't think anyone could think that about you.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for the head pats, LRB.
Yeah, but what if he does? This is not good!
Leaving the paintbrush in the grass, Lena closes her eyes and puts her fingers to the side of her head like she did back at tennis. She must do that for at least a minute while I just keep working on my painting. It looks more like Lena than my last one looked like the painting instructor, but I already know her wings are going to give me trouble.
Okay, got it. I need you to do me a favor.
What is it?
When we change partners again, I need you to go partner up with Cyrus, and then you can ask him what he thinks about me. Don't just straight up ask him, though. That'd be too obvious. Try to see if you can get him to say it without saying it.
The fuck, girl? Yeah, I have felt better, too. So, by the way, LRB. I found out that after, like, 8, how many hours? Like, 4, 12, 6, 8 hours, I am only about 18% of the way through this game, this visual novel. Holy fuck, this is a lot.
Say it without saying it.
Yeah, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, you know, like,
Oh god, I need a cough drop or something. She makes a few gestures that remind me of charades, but I have no idea what she's trying to say.
Okay, I'll try.
Thanks, I owe you one.
I'm not even motivated by that, because it's not like she'll remember long enough for me to ever cash in. I just want to see what
All right,
happens.
new partners. This will be the last time.
Oh, wait, but she painted us now, Miho now, so now is she going to remember her? Why are you sticking your tongue out at me? Hi, Lexi, you're cute. I love you. Seriously, I have no fucking idea. If Lexi were not in my life, the kind of fucking weekend I've had, the kind of fucking week I've had, would not have been survivable for, younger, pre-Lexi Mary.
Here, this
Goddamn.
is my painting of you. It's better than the last one.
It still isn't great, but I like the way some parts of it turned out.
Ooh, I look great!
Looking down at her own canvas, Lena frowns.
I, kind of forgot to paint you.
Are you kidding me? The curse of the Gooby Hole even applies to the canvas. No! I am just doomed to wander forever in obscurity. No, everyone will forget about me. After not seeing my face for only 2 days, they'll forget I existed at all. No!
So, I guess I owe you 2 things.
That's fine.
Cool. Okay, hurry, before someone else takes him.
I walk over to Cyrus as fast as I can without being self-conscious about it. Fortunately, he was distracted with something himself, so he's still on his own.
Wanna be partners?
Alright. I'm sure it's a total coincidence you were just talking with Lena, right?
Not at all.
I appreciate the honesty. Anyway, let's get started.
Both of us set up our canvases. I feel a little more in my comfort zone painting Cyrus. He looks like a tree. This feels familiar. He looks like a tree. Gonna have to use my need for cute gay stuff to power through this game. When do they start? When do the girls start kissing is what I want to know. It's taking such a long time. I'm trying to play matchmaker for this manic fucking bird.
Hey, can you do me a favor?
Uh-oh. I mean, what is it?
There's something that I want to ask Lena, but I don't know how she'll take it. We've known each other for a bit, but that's why I'm worried. I mean, I kind of know her feelings, but not that well. So, and maybe don't ask her this outright. Maybe you can try to see how she feels by, like...
Okay, what is it with you guys and wanting me to ask people about feelings of people you're crushing on, but subtly? Guy, what am I? Am I just a fucking matchmaker for hire? Hey, is there a sign over my fucking head that says, straight people, come see this sassy lesbian fox to help you with your bullshit? No, I don't fucking think so. Or I guess Miho's the sassy lesbian fox. I'd be the sassy lesbian snow leopard. But no, I'm not your fucking relationship coach, guys. Come on. Can't you two just fucking talk to each other? He makes some vague hand gesture that eventually turns into a shrug. Why am I wasting my time with these idiots?
Well, you know what I mean.
I have absolutely no fucking idea what you mean.
Anyway, what I want to know is...
All right, that's it. Time to show 'em off.
Actually, never mind. It was dumb anyway. Here's
Okay.
what I made. Ta-da!
Cyrus spins his canvas around to reveal.
Phew.
I can't help but breathe a sigh of relief. He's just as bad at painting as I am. I show him my equally unimpressive work. It's messy and
Nice
scattered.
job. You really captured the way I feel inside.
Just let Lena build a nest on you. I mean, she is a bird and he is a tree. Does that mean Lena's the top? Before I can ask, though, Lena herself comes hurrying over, carrying her canvas. She walks up and shoves it into Cyrus's hands before he can
I
even
made this for you
react.
so you can have it. Okay, bye!
Fucking straight people, man. He holds the portrait out at arm's length, where he can see it. I move behind him to get a good view as well. Just like Lena's picture of the swan, her picture of Cyrus is really good. It shows him looking thoughtful as he works on his own painting, biting his lip in concentration. There's a lot of detail in his eyes and face and on that leafy vein that runs up his
Whoa.
neck.
This is...
Really good?
yeah.
The two of us look around to try and find Lena, but she's nowhere to be seen. She must have left right away, or she's hiding
What was
somewhere.
it you wanted me to ask her?
Cyrus just shakes his head, still looking at the
It's
painting.
fine. I need to ask her myself.
Damn right you do. I'm not your... All of us, minus Lena, help the instructor clean up with everything, with some people taking home their portraits and others tossing them. Cyrus and I say goodbye to each other, but we never talk anymore about Lena. Still, even if it's a while before we hang out again, I have a feeling I haven't heard the last of this.
Okay. Connect. Connect and connect. Oh, I'm connected. Is it not letting you in, or?
I'm trying to think of something to do.
Distant horizons lightly.
I suddenly remember the fishing lessons that Juliet told me about. I'm already pretty good at fishing as a fox, but it does have its downsides, like having to get all wet and ending up with scales in my teeth. I know some people go fishing for fun, so maybe I'd like it too. At the very least, it could be useful to know someday. Besides, it's not like I've got anything better to do. Down at the waterfront, there's a big crowd like always. The merchant booths that Juliet pointed out to me have long lines and clusters of people in front of them.
Oh, wait, you will be at your...
Right along the water, there are fishermen selling all kinds of fresh fish. The fish, fresh fish, fresh fish. I wander over to the spot that Juliet pointed to me. I sure hope I catch a cute little shark. She didn't hear me. Hey, Lexi! I sure hope I catch a cute little shark. No response.
Hold on. Don't I know him?
I look closer. Sure enough, it's the man I met on the mountain not too long ago who taught me what a kiwi is. He paces between the people fishing and... Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Hey, Mr. Kim. Coming?
I need some help too. Which...
That depends on the... Hello there, miss.
I was thinking about it.
You've certainly come to the right place.
With a rod, at least. I usually do it with my teeth.
Oh, I can't say I've ever tried.
Sure, why not? I can...
That's the spirit. Here, why don't you go ahead?
Be careful
All right.
where you put your
Now
hands.
Right. So I stand like this and put my hand here.
I have issues with older men that get all up in your space like this.
Perfect! Nice job. Oh, I forgot to ask for your name.
Like the walls, you see like how this section splits out
Miho.
the walls?
Nice job, Miho. Keep it up and you'll...
How long does it take to catch one?
Well, now that depends on the fish. It could be minutes, or it could be hours. I've been after the same fish for years.
Whoa! Don't you ever go home?
I certainly do. But I always come back. Patience is the most important virtue, other than, maybe, a bit of luck.
Mr. Kim goes to check on the others while I stand there waiting. It doesn't seem like anyone else is getting a bite, so at least it's not just me. Suddenly, one of the other fishers
I
yells
got
with
one.
excitement. They frantically start to reel in their catch. All of us gather
Steady.
around to watch. They plant their feet firmly. Fish, flash, fish, flash, fish, flash, fish,
Can you
flash,
help?
fish.
Of course!
So you would left click this.
That is fish. That is a new CG.
Whoa! And is
My stomach rumbles just from watching. Unfortunately, after a few more minutes of waiting for my own fish, I still don't get any bites. I have come to the conclusion that I was meant to fish the feral way. Completely naked, with just my hands and teeth. Finally, It's time to pack up and head home. Mr. Kim catches me before I can leave the
So,
pier.
what'd you think, Miho? Does it beat the way?
That was okay. I didn't catch anything in the end.
It's like that sometimes. You just
Yeah.
In the end, it was just a lot of standing around. What he said about needing patience makes sense, but if I'm looking for something fun to do, then I'm not sure if this was exciting enough. You know, a lot of this game so far has been Miho versus boredom. And, I relate to that struggle. Now time to see if Juliet kept any seafood in the fridge at the library.
I'm above because I'm keeping an eye out for something that I'm copy
As I flick off the lights and start to leave the restroom, something in my reflection catches my attention. My bead is glowing slightly. Just barely. It's so faint that I can only notice it in the darkness. Removing the necklace, I inspect it more closely.
This basically just follows the same.
They're warm. Not just my magical bead, but the regular ones next to it. Not as warm as when I use my transformation magic, but enough that after hundreds of years carrying them, I can detect the difference. I'm not sure what it means. Everything about my magic has always been a mystery to me, really. Some things like transforming, I just knew how to do instinctively from the beginning. But other than the fact that my bead always comes back to me, no matter where I leave it, I don't know much about it. Returning to my room, I brush my hair to the side and put the necklace back on. I don't have to wear it when I sleep, but it feels more uncomfortable not having it on, like something's missing. To each their own, Miho. I personally can't wear, like, necklaces and chokers to bed. It is too... Yeah, Miho is wearing her transformation necklace to bed. It does, doesn't it? It does sound uncomfy. When I climb into bed, I pull the covers up to my chin like always. Rather than transforming, I just lay there, staring at the ceiling. Tomorrow is my first day of work. Never in a few hundred years had I expected that thought to ever cross my mind. Laying here, in the place that I've started thinking of as home, the idea doesn't seem that scary. I'm a bit nervous, but I'm excited too. Maybe I'll be really good at it. It'd be nice to be good at something other than thieving. As my eyes begin to get heavy, it occurs to me that usually I'd have changed into a fox by now. Except for the first night, when I was too tired, I've spent all my nights here in that form. But tomorrow I'm taking another big step into people life, so it feels more appropriate to stay this way. Rolling onto my side, I face out the window as I let myself succumb to sleep, with the gentle warmth of my beads against my neck. The morning of my first day of work, I wake up extra early, at least an hour before Aspen will be here. I creep through the house so Juliet can't hear me and slip out the front door. Outside it's wet. I don't know if it's rain or just the morning dew. Oh, the morning dew. Oh. There's more dark than sunlight still, but I can already see that the clouds overhead are gray. Just 2 weeks ago, that would have been cause for concern. Now it's barely worth thinking about. I have somewhere warm to go back to. I start walking, taking a familiar path. Has it really only been 2 weeks? I feel like I've done more living in the past few days than in all the years before then. Every day something new, and every evening something secure. It's a life I could have only ever dreamed about. It scares me how fast I've slipped into it.
But I'm trying to figure out a good way to just like
I spent my whole life alone. I devoted my entire existence to keeping it that way. But now, ever since meeting Aspen and Juliet, oh no, they've domesticated me. And worse, I like it. Oh no, I'm a bottom. Juliet just like, Miho, sit. Arf! I'm not sure I like being on my own quite as much. It feels like I'm losing part of myself, my armor, my defense mechanism. Like I'm getting weaker, and that's true, but also, maybe that's okay. Maybe it's okay to let myself be a little more vulnerable. Just a little. There's no one else to be seen on Mount Victoria. As I make my way up to the path, instead of going straight to the top, I veer off into the underbrush. I haven't been back to my den since Juliet came and found me. I haven't forgotten the way, though. All the rain.
Fine!
Miles! 17 months of crime spree. Thank you so much, Miles. Oh my god, Miles. Holy shit. Besties. Mwah. Love you, Miles. Sorry I sound like shit. I'm sick. I hope you're healthier than I am.
so the fun thing about this
All the rain since then has done a number on the den.
copied
It's barely recognizable since most of it collapsed into mud. In other words, it hasn't changed much since the last time I was here. Overhead, the birds chirp in the trees. Maybe they're the ones I fed before.
Morning, birdies. Sorry I don't have anything for you today.
It doesn't stop them from asking. Half-heartedly, I try scooping away some of the mud from the mouth of the den, but more just slides down, erasing my progress. Then one of the walls collapses even more, making things worse.
Well, so much for that.
It's well and truly ruined. That's okay, though. I don't think I'll be coming back here. Just 2 weeks ago, this was all I had. Now it doesn't feel like anything. Maybe that's okay, too. I turn, about to head back to the main path where there's a rustle of a branch and something comes out of the brush. She walks confidently for a fox. She trots right out of the bushes and crosses in front of me, then freezes mid-step. Her fur is pure silver, except for a patch of black across her face and paws. We lock eyes, instinctively. I can feel myself prepared to transform, so I can greet her as a fox, but I hesitate. Is that still my place? I'd be lying if I called myself a fox now, at least fully. I relaxed, not having noticed how tense I was. My beads also go cold, although they barely started to
Hi
heat
there.
up. I say it as a person instead, same as when greeting the birds. At the sound of my voice, the fox does the fox thing, turns tail and runs. She doesn't give it a second thought. One second she's there, and the next she's almost out of sight. I can feel a pull in my chest, telling me to run after her. I'm sure I could still catch her if I tried. Of course I don't. I'm not the kind of person who goes chasing after foxes anymore.
It's relatively far off.
Instead, I watch her disappear. It doesn't take long. Not even the grass rustles behind her. I'm sure I'll still transform into a fox in the future. I love it too much not to. But I have to set some boundaries for myself.
So try pacing your
Watching her go fills me with a pang of longing, but also confidence. I'm making a choice to live this way. Even if I regret it later, at least I thought about it. At least I'm trying. Ah! Oh god. Oh, my throat. Yeah, I think she's having a bit of one, LRB. I make my way back to the trail and up to the top of Mount Victoria. Coming up here never ceases to amaze me. No matter the weather or time of day, the view is always stunning. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna test out how much my thumb feels on the Logitech. Right now it's just me and the breeze. I close my eyes and spread my arms out, letting the wind ripple through my hair and jacket. For a moment, I just let myself go and appreciate how it feels to exist, to be alive, and enjoying the breeze. I'm pretty lucky, aren't I? Slowly. Oh, God, my throat. Oh, God, my throat. Oh, yeah, please. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Slowly, I open my eyes again, looking out over the city spread before me. The first time I came up here, I thought it felt kind of small. After all, I can see the whole thing from here. Yeah, I gagged on a popsicle. Why are you looking at me like that? Lexi! Shut the fuck up, LRB. Shut your filthy mouth. Slowly, I open my... But now it strikes me how big it is, how big and how full. That there are more people than there are buildings. And there are plenty of buildings, human and fabled, all alive and existing. Up in Until now, it's been easy for me to forget that people exist just like I do. They have thoughts and feelings and things that they want, rather than just being problems to solve or obstacles to avoid. Now I can't help but notice just how alive the world around me is, even at this early hour. I may be alone up here, but there's plenty of activity down in the city. I fumble around in my pockets until I find the right-sized coin and feed it into the binoculars nearby. I scan over the city, looking for anything that I recognize. Oh, ow, ow. Hang on, I'm gonna get a tissue as well. Finding the fishing spot is easy, since all I have to do is follow the coast. The whole pier is already covered in fishman. From there, I managed to find the bell house. Its windows are dark and it doesn't stand out much. I wonder if Aspen will be the first one there again today. After the bell house, I aim the lens at the library. The windows are dark there too, of course, including the window to my room. Good. So people can't see me fingering myself when I dream of Aspen and Juliet from the top of Mount Victoria. Nothing. Shut up, Lexi. Nothing. Small nosebleed. I think I'm okay, though. Oh yeah, that's like nothing. Yeah, I'm good to keep going. I pause on that image, just my window, framed in the middle of the lens. From all the way up here, I can spot a tiny little place that I can call my own. I stare at it until the shutter clicks and the view goes dark. Just 2 weeks ago, I stood up here and wondered if I'd be better off leaving. I'm glad that I have an answer to that now. I turn around and begin the long walk home. The library is still dark when I get back, but I can hear the low murmur of conversation from the kitchen. As I step through the doorway, I find both Aspen and Juliet are already seated at the table, waiting for me. Breakfast is already cooked, too. There's a lot more food than usual.
Miho, Welcome back.
There you are! We were wondering where you'd gone off to.
Morning! Just went out for a walk. Sorry if you thought I ran away again.
Aspen shakes her head, pouring herself a cup of coffee as I
The
sit down.
thought crossed my mind, but I didn't really believe it. You've got a big day today, right?
You can say that again. Went on my walk just to clear my head.
I hope you're excited too. I'm happy for you, even if I am a teensy bit jealous.
Aspen spoons a tiny scoop of sugar into her coffee and stirs it. Wait, is that how you're supposed to do it? Oh my god, I'm a fucking idiot! We'll have to remember in case Juliet ever makes me drink
A
tea again.
teensy bit of jealousy is a good motivator to work even harder myself.
Actually, about that,
Juliet, you had better not be about to offer me a job.
rather the opposite. I have a favor to ask. Just for today, do you think you could assist Miho as she gets her bearings? It's getting near my bedtime, and while I'm sure Miho would be able to handle herself, I imagine a helping hand would make things easier.
You guys think I need a babysitter? Lexi? No one asked for your opinion. To the game! To the fucking game! Do I look like baby to you? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. The love of my life is bullying me, chat. What the hell? And while I'm sick, too. Why are you being so mean to me while I'm sick? You're cruel.
That is, assuming Miho doesn't mind.
Of course not.
You felt Lexi's smirk from here. Oh no. No. Please don't clip that. Please don't clip that. Oh fuck, that's gonna get clipped now. No.
Well, I suppose I could spare the time.
Great. But what about the Bell House? You didn't get fired, did you?
They'd go out of business the day they fire me, and they know that. But I enjoy how that's your first assumption. No, I simply swapped shifts with someone, so I don't have to go in until later.
Wow, that's convenient.
And much to our benefit. Thank you, Aspen.
Don't mention it.
Then, shall we turn our attention to breakfast instead?
Oh, I thought you'd never ask.
There's usual eggs and toast and fruits, but also
You
pancakes,
really
hash
went
browns,
all
too.
out, huh?
I felt today merited a bit of a celebration. Of you, and the start of another chapter of your life.
Aw, thanks. It's It's really all because of you two, though. I'm just...
really
Oh,
gay.
quit saying that. You need to give yourself more credit, Miho. We can only try to help show you the path. You're the one who has to follow it.
Okay, Morpheus.
Whoa. Who wrote that?
Nobody. I do occasionally have my own thoughts, you know.
That's a
Anyway,
goddamn lie.
and let's
The
eat.
Wachowskis wrote it.
Fine.
We all fill our plates and start to eat. Breakfast is as delicious as always. Pancakes are still warm and dripping with melted butter and syrup. The hash browns
How
are
is
nice
it?
and crispy.
Great! I've never had hash browns that weren't soggy before.
Sometimes that's because they were leftovers I scavenged, but sometimes even when they're fresh.
I'll be sure to remember you like them this way. Oh, and the pancakes you made are delightful, Aspen. You made these?
Don't sound so shocked. I have to do a lot of baking and prep work at the Bell House.
They're really...
Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying them.
Did you get enough to eat, Miho?
More than enough. I think I'm set for the rest of the day.
I'm sure you'll feel differently by lunchtime.
And there's no greater compliment to the cooks.
Honestly, thanks for recommending the finish a building rather than starting another new project. So you would look down there, so that has that would be correct there, correct in window there. This actually
Three of us start... my brain just fucking flatlined for a second there. What the fuck just happened? And three of us start to clear away the dishes, and I start to feel a little apprehensive as opening time draws near. I've spent enough time in the library to know I don't need to worry too much, but I can't help but be anxious. There are a lot of little details to remember, not just which books go where, but stuff like names and special requests too. I already know I'm not going to be the fastest, since I'll just have to copy words and see which ones match, instead of being able to read them. But I keep saying, they need to teach Miho to read.
you're only 18% of the game in, Dave. Really well. I need to move this.
With all the practice and memorization I've done, I'm as ready as I'll ever be. So instead of dwelling on it, I make myself focus on rinsing the dishes and making sure I don't miss any spots. On the other hand, Aspen is positively buzzing with excitement, although I can tell she's trying to hide it. She flits from task to task, straightening things that don't need to be straightened and tidying up parts of the kitchen that aren't dirty. She hums to herself as she goes sometimes popping up beside me or Juliet. And of course, Juliet herself is the same as ever. Calm and stoic. I thought she might be a bit worried about leaving the library in our hands, but considering she leaves unstaffed most of the time, maybe not. At the very least, I'm determined to not leave the library any worse than when there's nobody running it. The bar, so low it is literally subterranean. Finally, we finish all the cleanup
Thank
and
you for your
chores.
assistance. Are you two ready?
Yes, whenever.
Yep.
Let's get the two of you set up then.
Julia leads us to the front desk where there's a fresh stack of checkout sheets and a jar of pens. Plus the computer for looking things up.
I did a once-over before breakfast to make sure everything was as it should be. I'm sure the two of you know your way around the place by now, and that's really all there is to it. And if you feel the need, don't hesitate to wake me.
Okay.
Don't worry, we'll be fine. I'm like Cinderella. I intend to live my dreams for the precious few hours that I can.
Do you have any questions, Miho? Or anything you'd like to go over again?
Do I have any questions? I like vanilla, but I think I like pineapple better.
I'm fine. I've done all the prep I can.
Oh, that's a much better sentence.
All right then. If the two of you are all set up, then I'll be off to bed. I'll see you in...
Have a good sleep.
Good night.
The final wave, Juliet goes upstairs and disappears into her room. Not gonna lie, it's hard to keep my energy levels up. From behind the desk, Aspen places her hands on her hips and looks around like a queen surveying her kingdom.
And now we wait.
And now we wait, if you think about it. I don't know, I was just trying to think of just a, in your own head kind of... I don't know what the fuck I meant by that, LRB. I just like, I try to do a running gag whenever someone says, do you have anything you'd like to ask or add? And I just do something crazy like, your farts really, really smell, or something like that. I don't know. But I'm also feeling like there's a bunch of shit wrong with my brain right now. Neri is running on well below 100% right now. Like, really. At least I'm not throwing up anymore. I say that like I didn't only throw up once while I was in the fucking emergency room. I was honestly a little bit of a pill in the emergency room. What I mean is that they, like, had me... Okay, glossing over that. They had me in a wheelchair, and I was being wheeled around in this wheelchair, and I was sitting in this wheelchair with, of course, an IV needle in my arm, and, like, being pumped full of, chemicals, I just started going, "Welcome to the Xavier Institute for Gifted Children," and, like, did, like, the full Patrick Stewart voice as well as I could, which is not well, because I'm too high-pitched and squeaky! But yeah, I forget where I was going with this.
Nervous?
Yes.
A little bit.
It's understandable. I was nervous on my first day of work, too. I'm sure everyone is.
I just don't want to mess anything up. Especially not on my first day.
Relax, it'll be fine. Not that I think you will, but Even if you do make a mistake, that's natural.
I can't read how many mistakes working in a library do you think I'm going to...
It's how you get better at things. By doing them wrong until you figure out the right way. There's not much that can really go wrong, either. It's not like at a restaurant where there are customers paying money and with all kinds of different orders.
Hold on. A sec. I really just needed something for my throat, guys.
If it takes you some extra time to find a book or put one away, that's no big deal.
Yeah, I know you're right, but I still worry. I don't want to do such a bad job that Juliet changes her mind about me or something.
Are you still worried about that? Juliet adores you. You could burn the whole library down and she'd still let you live in the ashes.
Don't give her ideas, Aspen.
That'd be closer to what I'm used to, at least.
Right, you and your dramatic backstory.
My what?
Backstory? Life story? Whatever you want to call it. I'm sorry, I shouldn't make light of it.
Oh, it's fine. I don't mind. Just forget that you think it's interesting.
I hope someday you understand why. Maybe you'll hear a story that resonates with you and makes you want to know more, or get to know that person better.
Yeah. She pokes me in the side with her pen.
Like
Ow.
me, when I met you.
I guess that makes sense. Like, when I talked to you and Juliet.
It's not because your story fascinates them. It's because you're gay.
Juliet, perhaps. Even I don't know much about her life before she came to Welly. And even that is fuzzy.
And you?
I know this makes me sound like a hypocrite, but there really isn't much to say about my past. For one thing, I don't have nearly as many years as you two.
Oh, are you just a human
But
then?
also, I had a boring, normal childhood in a boring, normal town. I went to
Yeah.
a boring, normal school for a while before I moved out here, hoping for a change of pace. But now I live a boring, normal life, just in a different city.
I'll bet I wouldn't think it's boring. I don't even know what a normal town and normal school are like.
Yeah, what's a school? Aspen opens her mouth to say something, but right as she does, the front door opens and Aspen
Good morning.
leaps to her feet. The guest, a red-haired human, looks surprised.
Hello. Wasn't aware there was anyone working this early.
Oh, Scottish are ya, lad?
I'm just helping out today. But Miho here is the library's new daytime caretaker.
I was actually a great patient. This was actually a much better emergency room visit this time than the last time I was telling you guys about the fact that I had to go to the emergency room.
Hi
That's
there.
I wave, but I'm not sure if there's anything else I'm supposed to say. Luckily, Aspen seems to have it
Let us know
covered.
if there's anything we can do to help.
Cool. Congrats, Miho. I'm just here to browse. Thanks, though.
Oh, okay.
Enjoy!
So, she gives him a bright smile as he walks in and heads to the books, before taking
Good
her seat
job.
again.
Thank you. Why don't you greet the next guest?
Do I have to do that for everyone who comes in?
No, but a smile and greeting never hurt. Although we'll have to keep the volume down.
What? What? Could you speak up, Aspen? I can't hear you. Miho, I know you're just being bratty. Your ears are your ears are the size of the palm of my hand. I know your hearing is impeccable, Miho. Stop being ridiculous. What? You're a very silly girl. The door opens and a pair of twin dryads enters. I stand up. My legs feeling just a little
Hi.
shaky.
Let us know if we can help.
Neither of them speak, but they both smile graciously and nod in acknowledgement as they pass by
See?
us.
That wasn't so bad, was it?
No, but so far no one's needed any help.
True. Let's see who we get next.
We don't have to wait long. A breathless man carrying a stack of books staggers his way over to us.
Do you work here? Can you check these in for me? I'm running late as it is. Thanks.
Okay, bye. Before we can even answer, he drops his books back on the desk and then hurries back
I
out the
wonder
door.
why he was in such a rush.
No clue, but I respect him still taking the time to drop off his returns. Do you want to start writing them down?
Sure.
But I can't. Taking a deep breath, I grab the top book and a pen. The title isn't too long, fortunately. Slowly, I start copying the letters down. First a curve, then a straight line, then a loop, and an arch.
Hello, welcome.
I didn't even hear the door open this time. As more and more people start to come in, Aspen and I are, and both end up pretty busy. The pile of books that need to be checked in grows fast, and I have to start taking some of them back to the shelves as I go just to make space. By using a little chart with the alphabet and numbers on it, I'm able to slowly match the labels on each book to their spot on the shelves. As the library gets bigger, though, I start making some educated guesses about where certain books belong and putting them with others that look similar. I can fix it later if I have to.
Could you give me a hand, please?
Over at the desk, the line of people has gotten pretty long. I have no idea what all these people normally did when there wasn't anyone to help them. I shove the rest of the stack I'm carrying into an empty shelf and hurry over to help. After finishing with one guest, she hands me a few handwritten notes with label
Can you go
numbers
find these?
on them.
I think one was returned today, so it might not be on the floor yet. Also, these ones were checked out in the wrong name, so they need to be corrected on the sheet.
What?
These three here are going to be picked up later, but we've been asked to pull them ahead of time, so make sure not to get them mixed up with the others. Okay?
Got it. Maybe.
You've got this.
Poor Miho. I have no idea. With a little cheer, she goes back to assisting people. I watch just for a moment. She's clearly in her element here. Even with the line growing longer, Aspen doesn't seem to be getting nervous. I can't say the same about myself, though. There's no time to waste. I bounce around the library trying to find the books Aspen wrote down. It takes a while, and I get the instructions mixed up a few times, but eventually I manage to track them all down. When I bring them up to the desk, the stack of returns has gotten almost as tall as I am, so I can start checking them in as quickly as I can. Meanwhile, Aspen is moved around to the front to give me more space to write
All right,
work.
let's see.
I grab the top book and start to copy. Then the next, and then the one after that. Before long, they all start to blend together and the letters seem to swirl and move around on the page. I thought this was gonna be easy, but it's making my brain feel like soup. This is literally just... Yeah, they're overloading the baby. I'm determined to push through it, though, even if it takes me forever. Which at this rate, it just might. If Aspen weren't here, I don't know what I'd do, or what I'll even do on my own tomorrow. I can worry about that later, though. For now, I have to keep doing the best I can. Book after book, line after line, guest after guest. It's easier after the time as the day goes on, but I wouldn't say it gets easy. But Aspen and I keep going, and eventually we start to get things under control and keep the chaos to a minimum. It's tough work, but not too tough. Maybe Aspen was right. The more I try, the more I feel like I can do this.
If you see what I mean, because this side is just going to go right here. So you basically just have to left click here.
Got a new chapter unlocked.
Have a nice day.
Thanks. You too.
Wait, so that whole thing was just a chapter? The kind old man takes his book under his arm and shuffles out of the library, a whoosh of cool air passing over me as the door opens and shuts.
Finally, time for a break.
With no one else waiting to be helped, I glanced around at the dozen or so people milling about before plopping myself down on the cushion that Juliet set up for me behind the desk. that working would be... Who knew that working would be such hard work? Yes. That is a line of dialogue that was written by writers. This is a sentence written by writers. My God. Talking to patrons, Aspen taught me that word. It's getting easier as well. The first few times I speak to some, I spoke, spak, spunk. There's so much to remember and still so much to learn. I still don't like talking to people in general, but it feels easier now. I get a little anxious when I see someone walking up to the counter, but it's not too bad. Of course, everyone who comes up thinks it's my first day here, even though I've started to recognize some of the regulars. They never recognize me. Aspen's the only one who comes by every day. What I didn't expect was that the hardest part would be checking out books to people. There is a... Yeah, okay, how's she supposed to do that without being able to read? Come on, guys. Teach the baby to read. Teach the baby to read. Look at her. She's so sad. She feels like she's letting people down. Teach the baby to read. I hear the front door open and look up to read the new person like Juliet taught me. It turns out to be a familiar face. My nerves settling a little as the sight of her. That's a
Hey,
typo.
Miho. Hi, Aspen.
Oops. Sometimes I forget I'm not supposed to be loud here. I say it again, quieter. She comes up to the desk and sits down a couple of books that she just checked out a few days ago.
Whoa, done already?
One of them I simply couldn't put down because I had to know how the story ends. I was worried it would have a sad conclusion, but the ghost girl becomes real and gets to stay with her girlfriend, and they all live happily ever after.
Fucking references! That Studio Elon is referencing their other games. That's Heart of the Woods right there. That's Heart of the Woods. Heart of the Woods? Yeah, kinda. This one isn't, though!
The other book was unreadable, unfortunately. I won't be trying that author again.
That's too bad. Should I tell Julia we can get...
Well, it's not that terrible. I'm sure someone out there could enjoy it, just not me.
If you say so.
It seems to me like if Aspen doesn't like a book, then that book must be really, really bad. Maybe I'll ask Juliet about it later anyway. For now, though, I start copying the titles down onto the return sheet, while Aspen goes off to find new books. She comes back right as I'm finishing up with a small stack in her hands.
You find books as fast as you finish them.
If only. I knew exactly what I was looking for this time.
She hands me the pile, and I begin writing the names down. I can feel her watching me as my hand makes each slow line.
Say, Miho,
I have to finish the letter I'm working on before I can pay attention to Aspen.
Yeah?
have you,
She wrings her hands, looking like she's not sure how to ask a question. Aspen seems to think a lot before she speaks, so I've learned that it's sometimes easier to just make her spit it out.
Just say it. I don't mind.
Sure enough, her eyes widen, but she stops fidgeting.
have you ever considered learning to read and write? It would probably save you, quite a bit of time.
That's what I've been saying! I look down at the mess of scribbles on the paper in front of me. Even though I wrote them, they don't mean anything to me. Juliet never seems to have an issue, though. So, it's good enough for me.
Not really. I've gotten by fine without it so far.
Oh, come on. You can't keep using that excuse for everything. You've been here for more than a month now.
Well...
She does have a point there. I told myself so many times that I was going to stop letting my past define me. But still, reading and writing. It would be useful, it's true. With so many letters, though, it seems like it would be a lot of work. And I'm already doing a lot of work as it is.
I don't even know how to start doing that.
I'd be happy to help you, and I'm sure Juliet would too. She'd be delighted if you picked it up.
Her usually quiet voice starts to raise, only adding to my doubts.
I'll think about it, I guess.
Come on, Miho. Be brave. Learn, too. Read.
No, I won't take no for an answer. I'll do some research when I get home and bring some materials later. We can make a lesson plan and a schedule and...
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't I get any say in this?
Nope.
You didn't say no, and that's enough for me. Oh, but that isn't what I came here to talk to you about.
Then what did you come here to talk to me
Aren't
about?
we here to get books?
Right, that too. But anyway...
Aspen reaches into her purse and pulls out a slightly crumpled flyer, which she hands to me. Looking at the glossy cover, it's covered in pictures of little vases and statues and other old-looking things.
There's an exhibition at Te Papa about Korean history and culture, for a limited time only. I thought you might be interested in seeing it.
An exhibit at your dad?
Te Papa.
No, it's our biggest museum. Te Papa is one of the most interesting places in Wellington, perhaps even New Zealand as a whole.
An exhibit at your dad.
You can enter for free, so that isn't a concern. Look, there's even a map of how to get there on the back.
After I flip the flyer over, she points to a map of Wellington that's very similar to the one I used on my first day here.
This is the Bell House, so you just go up this road, turn here, then here.
I nod as she explains, but it isn't really necessary. I may not be able to read, but I can at least use a map.
Anyway, it's only open when I'm at work, so I won't be able to join you. But I imagine you might appreciate having some time to yourself too.
Now that you mention it... Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've really had a moment to myself. Other than when I go to bed, I'm always around Aspen or Juliet or the patrons of the library. That's another big change in me. I'm noticing them more and more these days.
I'll check it out. Thanks. Maybe they'll have something that can help me find my person.
Okay. Aspen smiles, but it's a thin smile. Like she's once again holding back from saying something. This time, however, she doesn't give me a chance to make her say it.
Perhaps, yes. Right, well, I need to get back to work. My break will be over soon. I just wanted to pick these up so I have something to read during any downtime at my shift. I'll see you this evening after I look up some reading resources. Tell Juliet I said hello.
Will do. Bye.
Bye! With a smile, Aspen blows a kiss and then quickly spins around and heads out the door, leaving me standing about with the flyer in my hands. Without any patrons waiting around, I take a little closer look at some of the artifacts on the pages. Most are cracked and worn with age, but still have a little color to them. A couple have writing on them that I can tell is a different language from the one I've been getting used to copying here. In a way, they seem kind of familiar. Not just familiar, but nostalgic. Like they're related to a memory that's just out of reach. I don't know if it'll bring me any answers. But maybe there'll be something interesting
Hiya.
to see.
I've got these to check out, please.
I quickly tuck the pamphlet into one of my pockets, turning to greet the young boy eagerly waiting at the checkout counter with several books to
got
check
it.
out. I lift the first book off the stack and slowly begin my process. Maybe Aspen's lessons won't be so bad after all.
Okay, so let me figure out where we're at now.
Alright, I am gonna... It's pee-pee. It's piss-piss time. I am gonna be right back, guys.
Yes! So you have to piss. So they're coming back from the top.
feel like something needs to happen at the museum. Like, something needs to happen. I don't even know how many hours into this game I am in, but something needs to happen. Closing time finally comes around, the patrons slowly trickling out. Some of them linger for a while, making their final selections before bringing them up to the counter. Fortunately, Juliet's here to help me, or did it take me all night to get through the
Thank
line
you
of
very
people
much,
waiting?
Miss Callahan. We'll see you next time. Oh, Dottie. Glad to see you're still reading Pullman. Only one left to go in the
Oh,
series.
Philip Pullman. His Dark
Bye-bye,
Materials.
Abdul. Bye-bye, Jamar.
In the time it takes me to finish writing down one person's checkouts, Juliet can get through 5. She even knows everyone by name, as well as their reading habits. That always impresses me. How does she keep track of them all? We finally managed to get through everyone, with a sigh of relief escaping as the last patron
Oh,
heads
thank you.
out. My ears prick up at the sound of Aspen's voice as the patron holds
Sorry,
the door for her.
we're closed.
Aspen hesitates for a moment as she walks up to the desk, but then she laughs.
You almost had me for a moment.
I collapse onto my cushion while Juliet puts everything away under the
Excellent
desk.
work today, Miho. You're getting better and better.
Am I? It doesn't really feel like it.
It can be hard to notice your own progress sometimes, but I promise it's there.
I wonder about that sometimes. What if the progress you're making isn't progress at all?
And it's only going to get better. Look what I brought.
She wraps her knuckles against the pile of thin books she brought with her. There's also a small bag that rattles when she moves it.
Are those? Yes, they're the phonic books I said I'd bring by.
Phonics? Why, Miho, have you decided to learn to read?
More like I was, conscripted into learning to read.
Well, Aspen decided for me, but I guess so.
I pick up one of the books from Aspen's pile. The words on it are big and written in a very simple style, and so are the pictures that go along with it. I've spent enough time in the library now to recognize that these kinds of books are meant for little kids. But I guess that's what I need, isn't it? It's embarrassing, but maybe I can just use that as motivation to learn faster. And if I end up hating it, I can just quit. Like always, I have the option of running away from something I don't like. Still holding up the book, I look up to see Aspen and Juliet both watching me, wanting to see what I'll say. I take a deep breath and smile.
So, how do I start?
Both of them break into a grin as
I
well.
have just the thing. Come with me.
Alright. no! So, while trying to kiss Lexi's hand, I just grabbed Lexi's hand and I pulled it up to my mouth to kiss her hand, and I accidentally punched myself in the nose with Lexi's hand. Lexi wasn't even doing anything. This was just my own damn stupidity. I feel so pathetic. Shut up. No, it's not. Don't make fun of me. I punched myself in the face with Lexi's hand. Hold on. Wait. Wait. Lexi, come here. Stop hitting myself. Oh, God. Let's see what do you got for us, Aspen? Aspen's so eager that she barely waits for Juliet and I to step out from the counter before leading us to a table beside the aisle of books. Guessing that I'll be here a while, I pull up a seat while a curious Juliet hovers over my shoulder. She sits down and begins unpacking the bag she brought onto the table, turning out to be a bunch of pens and pencils. She hands me one before placing a small workbook in front of me.
Let's start with the alphabet. Juliet, would you mind? Your handwriting is much better than mine.
Gladly.
Realizing that she's going to be a part of this, she quickly takes a seat to my other side and selects a sleek black pen. Opening the book, she brings her pen to one of the blank lines. And now, Miho, this is the uppercase A. Miho does finger guns like, A? No, Miho, not like that. Good effort, though.
So, to begin with, this is the letter A.
A. B, C, D, A. F, J. The two of them take turns going through the different letters of the alphabet and showing me how to write them. Although I have a hard time remembering which is which, I pick up the writing part pretty fast, since I've already had a lot of experience at work already. Each of them writes an example letter at the top of my paper first before I take my turn to try it. Julia's handwriting is very precise and clean, and reminds me of something you'd see on an advertisement or a book. Aspen's, on the other hand, is almost just as messy as mine. Sometimes I'm not even sure she's writing the same letters as Juliet and I. After we get through the whole alphabet, they quiz me by holding up cards with different letters and asking me to name them. I get a lot of them wrong, but I do get a lot of them right, too. When Aspen finally calls it quits for the night, I'm a little bit disappointed.
So, how do you feel? I think you made very good progress for this being your first night.
Indeed. You should be proud of yourself, Miho.
I can't keep a little smile off my face. Maybe I am proud.
It was more fun than I thought it'd be. It was tough at first, but I think I'm getting the hang of it.
You certainly are.
Yes, if you work on it a little bit each night, I'm sure you'll make great progress.
Uh-huh. The workbook that Aspen gave me already has a few pages complete because of how fast we were going.
Do you think I could learn to read by the end of this week?
The look that the two of them exchange tells me my answer.
Not that quickly, I'm afraid. Even for the fastest learners, it still takes a few months to make much progress in reading. Going by how quickly you picked this much up, though, I think you'll do just fine.
Oh, I see.
I look disappointed. I must look disappointed because Aspen frowns and leans close.
Don't worry, I'm sure that time will fly by. As long as you're getting a little better every day, you'll be able to notice the results soon.
Why? Z!
Here, why don't you try this?
Y can be a letter and a word. Hi, Pox! Aspen gets up from the desk and maneuvers behind me, putting her hand on top of mine. It's a little shaky and it's red as she makes a point not to look at me. I almost jerk it away out of instinct, but keep my cool instead. I'm not used to people touching me, but I know that with Aspen, it's just a friendly gesture.
Here, follow these lines.
She gently guides my hand up and down across the paper, slowly forming the letter on the page with me. After 4 letters, she stops and scurries back to her chair. Juliet's snort of amusement from my side only confuses me even further. Gay!
Can you read what that says?
I look down. The word on the page looks familiar. I squeeze my eyes shut, picturing the cards they were holding up and what each letter sounded like.
Me. Miho!
With a jolt, I realize it's my own name. Juliet and Aspen both clasp excitedly, a blush forming on my cheeks.
Yes! You did it!
I still can't shake the feeling that it's kind of embarrassing to have them cheer me on for something so simple. Looking down at the paper with my name on it, though, I have to smile a little too. This is the first time I've written my own name. Even if I did have Aspen's help, it's the first time I've read it myself too. I stare at it intently, committing the shape of those letters and the motions to make them into my memory. I've used so many names in my life, but for some reason, this one feels special. Just for good measure, I write it down a few more times to practice. Each time it gets a little bit less shaky and more legible.
Thank you. Seriously.
Oh, she can read. She's learning how to people. Good. Even if this wasn't my idea to start with, it feels like a new milestone in my life already. The start of something else that's new. I can add that to the list.
It's our pleasure.
Right. Especially since, I did kind of force you into it.
It's okay. Turns out I need people to make me do stuff sometimes.
I'm certainly good at that. You'll have to wait until tomorrow for more, though. I've already stayed a bit too late as it is.
Oh my, I hadn't even noticed the time. It sure did fly by, didn't it?
As she gets up to leave,
That means that there's still room for an even taller building.
Juliet and I take to our feet as well. Before realizing it, I let out a yawn.
I'll leave all this stuff with you, Miho, so you can study at your own pace. I'll try to come by at nights as well to help you practice.
And you're always welcome to ask me for advice too.
Thanks. I'm gonna practice during work too, when I don't have anything else to do.
That sounds wonderful. Good night, you two. Thanks for having me over.
Bye, Aspen!
Good night, Aspen. We'll see you soon. I imagine you must be tired too, right?
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, I really am.
Literate Gumiho is, sleepy.
Can't believe that wore me out.
You had a full day of work too. You should get some rest. I'll finish cleaning up and preparing for tomorrow.
Are you sure? I didn't really do many of my chores today.
Goddamn, I'm already, starting to zone out.
I'm certain. Go on, go to bed.
Sometimes I get bored and I just
Secretly glad to be heading to bed rather than doing more work. I start to head out. As I look back, Juliet playfully waves me
Good
out of
night.
the room.
And thanks again.
You're always welcome, Miho. Have a good night.
With a pause for another yawn, I stretch and head up the stairs. I'm going to sleep well tonight. As I lie in the bed and wait for sleep to take me, I reflect on my day like always. Today was a good day. I accomplished a lot, and I feel proud of myself. I can tell that Julian and Aspen are proud of me too. That's taken some getting used to. It still weirds me out to think that people care about me, that they think of me even when I'm not around them. They're excited for me about things that don't affect them. It's weird, but in a good way. Now that I think about it, it's been a while since I've had a bad day. The shock and uneasiness of having a safe place to live and a stable life have worn out, and my daily routine has become just that, routine. I thought I'd never get used to things like this, that they'd never be real for me. Turns out I was wrong. Rather than constantly overthink everything, I've gotten better at just going with the flow. I think that's something to be proud of too. Rolling onto my side, I look around my room. It hasn't changed too much since I moved in, but it still feels distinctly mine. This isn't just a space that I happen to be in. Smiling, I close my eyes and roll onto my other side. Just when did I become so sentimental? It's hard to say, but maybe that's okay too. I don't mind who I am right now, and my friends don't either. That's enough for me. With peaceful thoughts like that drifting through my mind, I also drift off to sleep. Just like I, too, will be drifting off to sleep. Because I am tired.
Bye-bye! See you next time!
Yeah. So, let's find, I'm sorry, I'm just really not, I'm just really not feeling it today. Kind of a short stream, but you know, how about we raid Natuagan? He's having a subathon until his birthday. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm just still feeling really under the weather after my emergency room visit. So, everybody, be good to Natuagan. And, as always, please remember, be gay, do crime, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!